Spider-Man, two of them, in the audience. I have a speech that I have to say before we start all of this. So,
Speeches.
good afternoon. I hope everyone is having a good day so far.
Nope.
About to be shared with you is a play that I wrote about the complexity of the human mind and how it needs to be nurtured. This came from a project in Miss V's class in honor of Poetry Month, where she shared poems with us that had deeper meanings, and she asked us to create responses for that poem. I chose to write a play about the poem called The Cities Inside Us. So I stole the name of the play. This poem is by Alberto Rios. The poem goes as follows. We live in secret cities and we travel unmapped roads. We speak words between us that we recognize but which cannot be looked up. They are our words. They come from very far inside our mouths. You and I, we are the secret citizens of the city inside us. And inside us, there go all the cars we have driven and seen. There are all the people we know and have known. There are all the places that are, but which used to be as well. This is where they went. They did not disappear. We each take a piece through the eye and through the ear. It's loud inside us, in there, and we speak in the outside world. We have to hope that some of that sound does not come out, that an arm not reach out in place of the tongue. Sorry, I'm not a writing major, so I don't know how to read poetry. All right. As a warning, there are a few swears in this play for the sake of the art, as well as some lighting cues that may affect people with light sensitivity. If that is a problem for you, I completely understand and do what you need to do to feel safe here. Sorry. Where am I? Oh, as one final note, our actors have no microphones because of COVID, which means they have to be extra loud. And we would all appreciate it if phones are silenced and you keep the volume of your voices down so that Emma and Max don't have to talk over you and you can hear the words that I put a lot of heart and soul into. Now, without further ado, here is Emma D. and Max B. with The Cities Inside Us.
This man certainly sounds like a treat. This is Bevel. I've settled my files. I'm ready for the next patient. Oh, hello. You must be Mr.
Please, just call me Bruce. And what should I call you? The plaque outside says Dr. Cunningham.
You can just call me Doctor.
Uh-huh.
Please, take a seat. All right. You've come here. Why's that?
It wasn't my choice. If it were up to me, I would have taken the jail time. But Steve decided that I wasn't worth the charges. So he said if I came here and did a session or a couple, he'd drop the charges. But you don't have to worry about that. Listen, I don't have issues like they say I do. If you want, we could just sit in silence until the 30 minutes are up. You get paid, and I get off scot-free.
Yes. Well, I am required by your court case to actually speak with you. So please, in your own words, relate to me what happened.
Okay, but don't try to diagnose me with any of that shit you shrinks like to pull. I know your type. I was at the work site one day. We were working hard. And then we started on the demolition of that old apartment building. They're turning it into a hospital, you know. I saw the floor plan myself. Do you own this firm? It's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing like what they got up there. The loony bin alone is bigger than where I live.
I understand. Now, Bruce, please stop avoiding the problem. Just tell me what happened.
Oh, maybe you're the one with the temper. Anyways, we were prepping the building for demolition, and after 4 hours of work, we decided to take a break. After working hours and hours in that hot sun, sweating like pigs and smelling something awful. We got our waters and our lunches. I had packed myself a lunch that morning. So we were sitting down and eating, and then Steve came up to us and started giving us lip. Next thing I knew, he called me stupid. And then he was on the ground. And everyone was asking me why I hit him. But I don't even remember hitting him.
And have you always had moments in your life where you became so angry you had the experience of blacking out?
No. What's a blackout?
A blackout is a term used for when your emotions leave, and often patients lose control and the brain blocks the memory of that event. What's funny, Bruce?
All you doctors are the same. Think some piece of paper gives you some kind of right to tell me who I am or what I'm not?
This is the diagnosis process, Bruce. I believe this could be good for you. I think you could actually benefit from continued therapy sessions.
You really think so? Because I don't. Do you? You think something's wrong with me, don't you? Use that word, diagnose. That's only used on sick people, and I'm not sick. You think I'm fucking crazy, don't you?
No, Bruce. I think there's more to you than this moment. A reason why this happened. A diagnosis isn't you, Bruce. A diagnosis is simply a tool used by doctors to medicate or
Medicate? Doc, I'm not some madman.
or cope with naturally through continued therapy. Bruce, tell me about yourself. Where do you live? How's your love life? How's your job other than this instant?
Well, I live in a hotel right now. My wife left me, and she got the pad we were living at. And my job barely pays me enough to live at the hotel. So I'm doing great.
All right. And your wife, did she tell you why she left?
Yeah. She said something one day while we were in the kitchen about how I needed help. I guess you agree with her?
And when was this comment?
A few years ago.
So, you held on to that all this time?
Yeah. I've been told I needed help my whole life. And look where I am now. You're a burden.
Responsibility. You're not a burden, Bruce. When is the earliest time you remember called a burden? Being told you need help, being criticized.
Well, if I'm gonna be stuck in here another 30 minutes with you. Third grade. Miss Bumble. That, of course, opened up the door to a whole lot of nicknames. She was bigger than your average woman, so you can only imagine what we used to call her. I went to school with my coworker, Harvey.
And you like this Harvey?
Yeah, we go out sometimes, you know, grab a beer together. And we were friends in the second grade as well. And one time, he got one of the horns from the music room and followed her around, playing a note every time she took a step. It was so cruel, but yet so funny.
Thank you for that story. But Bruce, back to the task at hand. What did she say to you that made you feel like such a failure?
She pulled me to the front of the class and made me read out loud. I never could read grade. But she said I was completely illiterate and a fool. She said I wouldn't be anything in life.
And what did you do?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you remember how you felt?
Sad. I guess angry. I don't completely remember. Why do you ask?
Bruce, I fear you may suffer from anger-induced blackouts related to your childhood trauma.
Trauma?
Yes, children's brains, as not fully developed, can often be affected greatly by humiliation.
What?
Well, when a child's brain is not the same as an adult's, they are more susceptible to the effect of their peers' approval, or lack thereof.
Huh?
Bruce,
think I do, but I don't think my brain is like a building.
You're right. It's like a city, a bustling metropolis. The citizens are all the people you've interacted with, from Mrs. Bumpkin to the grocery store cashier, and there's all of the sounds of the cars you've driven. A symphony of all the things we've been told our whole lives. We experience smells, speak words, and see images that only our city can comprehend. All of the places we explore live in our city, as exact copies untouched by time. Things don't disappear truly. They live in your mind, in your city.
If my brain were a city, it'd be New Jersey.
Now, why do you feel the need to self-deprecate? Bruce, you have already had people tell you that you are less than. You should be kind to yourself if no one else will be.
It was a joke, Doctor.
Joke or not, it is destructive to one's psyche. Bruce, I want to try something with you. If you at any point feel uncomfortable, just tell me you wish to stop. Bruce, close your eyes.
Now what?
Now, enter the city inside of your mind and picture all the people you've interacted with.
I see him. It's Brad Pitt.
Please take this seriously, Bruce.
Okay. I see Harvey. I see you. I see my lawyer. And I see that man who was walking his dog this morning and didn't pick up that little yapper shit.
Good. Now, I want you to picture your teacher, your wife, Steve, anyone who has ever criticized you, and pretend that's me. And stand up for yourself. Do you understand?
Yes, Doctor.
Good. Bruce, you're a failure.
No, I'm not.
You're stupid, Bruce.
It takes one to know one.
You will never be successful.
Yes, I will.
You're a loser, Bruce. I hate you, Bruce. Bruce, this is just a simulation. Calm down, please.
What?
You almost hit me, Bruce.
I did? I don't think I... My God. I did. I'm sorry. I really am broken, aren't I? Just a worthless nobody.
Bruce, your diagnosis isn't you. Your diagnosis is simply a subway map in your city of the brain that helps us understand how it works. I don't think you're broken, Bruce. I think you've had to fight for so long just to be taken seriously. All of that loud noise inside your head, echoing and reverberating it, try to translate it into English and use your words to say how you feel instead of letting it fester inside of you. Bruce, I think you're smart. I know you can do this.
Thank you, Doctor. I don't mean to be this way.
Don't blame the skyscraper for the contractor's mistake.